Jon Bernthal on his toe-dip Daredevil return and no-holds-barred Punisher in TV special, exclusive. Bernthal is eager to do more with the Punisher, and this reintroduction is getting him closer to the Frank Castle he really wants to play. Matt Murdock's reunion with Frank Castle on the 4th episode of Daredevil, Born Again, isn't exactly warm. In his pursuit to find the one who killed Hector Ayala, Kamar de los Reyes, with a bullet emblazoned with the Punisher's skull insignia, Charlie Cox's blind attorney tracks down the Punisher himself, who nearly hacks off his head with an axe. And hello to you too, old chum. For as hostile as the scene began, marking Jon Bernthal's first time in the role since Netflix's The Punisher went off streaming in 2019, Bernthal considers this just a toe dip of a reintroduction to the character. It was like, let's see if this works, the actor tells Entertainment Weekly in an exclusive interview. Let's see if there's a real openness and a hunger to let Frank be what Frank is, which is dark enough to have the courage and the boldness to turn your back on the audience and to make it difficult, to make it enormously psychologically complex and to steer away from any cuteness or humor and to really go full bore. It already appears to be working. In addition to Daredevil, Born Again Season 2, Marvel gave Bernthal the go-ahead to write and star in a standalone Punisher TV special in the vein of Werewolf by Night. So even though his big Episode 4 moment only lasts a scene, at least for now, Bernthal admits, I feel like it's opened the door to getting closer to the Frank Castle that I really, really want to portray. Bernthal's own reunion with his character wasn't quite as volatile as Mr. Murdock's, but there was a time when it felt on shaky ground. It's no secret that Disney Plus' Daredevil, Born Again underwent a significant overhaul after filming 6 episodes. Bernthal was approached with that first incarnation of the show, which felt more like a procedural and less connected to the mythology of the original Daredevil series on Netflix. Ultimately, I didn't see it. I didn't see the version of Frank, and what they wanted from Frank didn't really make sense to me and I thought would not appeal to the fans and wouldn't be congruent. The actor explains. It was not something I was really interested in doing. So we had to walk away. After hiring new lead writers and bringing on Bernthal's The Punisher scribe and executive producer Dario Scartapane as showrunner, Marvel came back around. And this time, they were more collaborative with Bernthal in developing the character. They really brought me into the conversation, he says. We really got specific about where Frank is psychologically, where Frank's at physically. Bernthal credits Scartapane, second unit director Phil Silvera, who, he says, helped define Frank's physicality. On Netflix's Daredevil, his stunt double, Eric Linden, and Nick Camilazzo's, a Marine Raider who Bernthal feels was instrumental, both training-wise and psychologically. This combination gave way to the Frank that Bernthal wanted to deliver, which is the character he's seen resonate over the years across the comic book, military, and law enforcement communities. Sometimes you have to be very, very clear with your intentions in this business, he says. You can't get confused with how much you love something, how much you love playing something, how much you want to do something. You got to make sure you're serving it. You got to make sure you're doing justice to the people that believe in it, and doing justice to the iterations that have come before you. In Daredevil, Born Again, Frank becomes the devil on the devil's shoulder. Though he may have maimed a few corrupt cops in his pursuit of justice, Matt Murdock is fighting to keep his inner demons in check. Then here comes the Punisher, who is barking for Daredevil to come back out to play.